That little gesture of resting their head on you may seem simple, but it doesn't always mean the same thing. The problem is, many owners see it as affection and miss the bigger picture, because depending on the moment, your dog might be trying to tell you something very different. The first reason, and probably the most common one, is that your dog just wants to connect with you. Sometimes there's no great mystery behind it. Your dog comes over, drops the weight of their head onto you, and stays there as if they found the one spot where the world feels a little better. And that makes a lot of sense when you understand how the bond between dogs and humans works. Positive interactions between dogs and people, like touch, petting, or calm eye contact, have been linked to hormonal changes involved in social bonding, including oxytocin. Or, to put it simply, for many dogs, staying close to their person isn't just about comfort, it's a form of connection. That's why some dogs rest their head on your leg while you're watching TV, on your arm while you're sitting on the couch, or even on your chest if you lie down next to them. Now, there's a second reason that looks very similar but has one important difference. Your dog may be looking for reassurance. During fireworks, a thunderstorm, or even when guests come over, your dog may move closer than usual and rest their head on you. In that moment, it doesn't feel like simple affection anymore. It's more like your dog is using your presence as a safe place. And this fits with something really interesting. According to a study published in PLOS ONE, dogs can use their owner as a secure base from which to explore or deal with things in their environment. In other words, your dog doesn't just know you're there. They can also lean on you emotionally when something feels confusing, stressful, or uncertain. So, if your dog rests their head on you when there's noise, when they're nervous, or when they don't understand what's happening, it doesn't mean they're spoiled. They're doing it because they're looking to you for guidance. When this happens, stay nearby, speak softly, and keep your energy calm so your dog can start to settle again. The third reason, though, is more practical. Your dog may be asking for something. Dogs figure out very quickly which gestures get a reaction from us. If one day your dog rests their head on your knee and you look at them, pet them, talk to them, or maybe even give them a little bite of food, your dog remembers that. And then that gesture can turn into a polite way of saying, "Hey, I'm right here." Your dog may be asking for pets, a little playtime, a walk, some food, or simply for you to put down your phone and give them a minute of your attention. The key is the context. If your dog does it at the same time every day, right before their walk, they may not be declaring eternal love. They might just be saying, "Human, we're running behind schedule." If your dog does it while you're eating, the translation may be even clearer. And if your dog does it after you've been working for hours, they may just be trying to break through your bubble and get your attention again. Here's a simple test. Before you react automatically, watch what happens next. Do they look toward the door? Do they look toward the bowl? Do they relax if you pet them? Do they insist more if you ignore them? That little pattern can tell you more than the gesture alone. Now, here's something important. Don't confuse resting their head on you with pressing their head against objects, because those are very different things. If your dog gently rests their head on your leg, that's usually normal. But if your dog presses their head against a wall, furniture, or the floor in a strange, repetitive way, that can mean something very different. According to PetMD, this behavior is usually considered a possible sign of a neurological problem, and it's a reason to contact your veterinarian as soon as possible. The difference comes down to intention and context. A dog who rests their head on you is usually seeking closeness, rest, attention, or reassurance. A dog who presses their head against a hard surface may seem disoriented, freeze in an unusual position, walk in circles, act differently, or show other strange symptoms. And that shouldn't be brushed off as, "Aw, how cute, they're just leaning there." It needs to be taken seriously. So, when should you actually be concerned? When you notice any of these signs. Your dog rests their head compulsively and doesn't respond the way they normally would. They press their head against walls, furniture, or corners. They seem disoriented, weak, or unsteady on their feet. Their behavior has changed suddenly. They're vomiting, having seizures, showing signs of pain or lethargy, or they've stopped eating. In those cases, don't wait around to see if it passes. If any of this happens to your dog, contact your veterinarian right away. But if your furry companion simply comes over, snuggles up to you, rests their head, and sighs like they've just clocked out after an 8-hour shift, they're probably doing something very dog-like, looking for their favorite person. Next, watch the video on screen where I explain why your dog stretches when they see you. Tap the image to watch it and find out what's really behind this common behavior.